Hey everyone, you ever tried to factor and solve one of these harder trinomials? So I have a technique called the slide technique that we can use for these. The first thing you want to do is you want to make sure that your trinomial is fully factored. As you can see with these terms, we can actually take out a 2 in this case. So let's do that. Let's factor out a 2. And if we do that, we'll get 2 times 2x squared minus 3x minus 20 equals 0. We can divide both sides by 2. And if we do that, the 2 would cancel out here, and then 0 divided by 2 is just 0. So we just get 2x squared minus 3x minus 20 equals 0. So it's not a necessary step, but it'll actually make your answers a little bit more formatted down when we get the final answers. So here, what we do is these trinomials are easier when it's just x squared, when the coefficient is 1, but sometimes they're a little bit more tricky when this is not 1, if it's another number. So what we're going to do is we're going to take, if you were to think of this as our A, our B, and our C, we're going to take A and multiply it by C, and we're going to get x squared minus 3x, and then that would be minus 40. Now, just keep in mind, this trinomial here is not equivalent to this, but it's going to help us get our factorization for this. So what we can do is now we can look at it as, okay, just two numbers that multiply to give me negative 40, but add to give me negative 3. I can go over here and kind of brainstorm some pairs. 40 and 1 is definitely not going to work. 22, no, that won't work. 10 and 4, no. But if we do 8 and 5, I think we got a winner here, because negative 8 plus 5, if we multiply these two together, negative 8 times positive 5 is negative 40, check. And negative 8 plus 5 is negative 3, check. So that's going to be our factorization. So we do need two x's to get our x squared. So we'll put x and x there. And we know that our two numbers are going to be negative 8 and positive 5. And so that's the factorization of this trinomial. Now, we're not done, because you forgot that there was a 2 up here. That didn't just disappear. So what we do is we divide each of these numbers by 2. Okay. Now, if it's a nice number, meaning 8 is divisible by 2, so and 8 divided by 2 is just 4. So that kind of is nice. It's just x minus 4 if we go ahead and simplify it. This one, not so much. If we take 5 divided by 2, we do not get an integer. So what we do is we take the 2 and we slide it, hence the word slide technique. We slide it up in front of the x, and we get 2x plus 5. Okay, and that's it. That's our factorization of the original trinomial. Granted, the original trinomial, if you want just the factorization, you would have to put the 2 out front like this, because you factored it out here. When I divided by 0, I was just going for solutions, but if you're looking for pure factorization, you can just have it like this. And now actually we can use this to get our solutions. So if we use the zero product property, we would set x minus 4 equal to 0. 2x plus 5 equal to 0. And then we would just go ahead and solve these. So I'll get x equals 4. And over here, if I subtract 5 from both sides, I get 2x equals negative 5. And then finally divide by 2. So I get x equals negative 5 halves. And there we go. There's our two answers for this trinomial. Hope you enjoyed it, and hope you can use this in the future.